All right, we're live. Yay. Okay. Howdy, howdy, buddy. Um, and, Yamano was just showing me he got, one of our Patreon stickers. He got it in the mail. And,
Cool.
It's about, yay big, I guess.
That really says a lot on film.
Well.
Cool.
I like that, yeah. So, probably, about the size of a postcard, maybe?
About the size of an old school Kodak.
Oh, or you know what? Probably about the size of that, which is kind of
Maybe
small.
A little smaller, actually.
Okay. All right. Oh, you know what? Probably then they're probably the size of like the little postcards from the Ramesses exhibit, and those little ones there.
Yeah.
So yeah. But anyway, I'm really happy to see. They were supposed to send me one, so I'd know what they looked like, but I never got it. So I'm.
So you'll have to order your own.
I guess, or fuss with the support folks at Patreon, because I'm also supposed to have a T-shirt for my top tier people, but I haven't seen anything about that, so I'm gonna have to pester them and make sure, because I want my top tier people to get their T-shirts.
Yeah.
I want you guys to get your swag. But yeah.
Not to be confused with a scientific wild ass guess.
Oh, swag. Yeah. Ha ha ha. Yeah. But anyway, yeah. Well, Daniel said, please pray for continued recovery. That's right, because you had surgery and you go to get your bandages removed on Monday. You know what? Private message me your address, because I've got something that I think would be perfect for you. Yeah. Oh, and Seti the Red Caps says, good morning, 3 a.m. Where are you? Are you in England? Oh, okay, yeah, and dorm room. Yeah, dorm.
Thank you for blessing us with your presence.
Yeah. I haven't heard you have a person. Oh, okay, yeah, and the little kitties that we mentioned, the Mochi, the cat who had kittens, they're just starting to open their eyes.
Oh, how cute!
That's adorable. Yes, and said he's in England. Well, thank you for joining us. We're delighted to have you guys, and hope everyone's been having a decent week, and if not, we'll do what we can to fix that. So. So, Darren, how did you guys do on your last Gundam match?
Oh, we won that one.
Oh, well, that's good.
None of it's rated, but we won it.
Yeah, it's funny. You always win on the ones that are not rated. That's how it always goes.
Yeah, and after that one particular one, I'll never rage quit again. Because
they punish you for that, don't they?
Well, it's not that they punish me. I was on a team that beat another team worse than I've ever seen.
Oh, it's just it happened after you?
No, it happened. I was on the winning team, and I'm like, I have no right to complain ever again.
Oh.
They only scored 150 points the whole match. We scored 20,000.
Wow. Yeah, that was a drubbing.
Yes.
Okay. Well. Yes, I am far too busy to do video games. That and I don't know if anyone else has this problem, but when they started going to the 3D games, I just get vertigo watching it, and trying to play in that. I miss when video games were all like side scrollers and stuff. It was a lot less.
I love side scrollers.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I know you do, but a lot of other people, it's all about the graphics. But Darren and I will get competitive over Tetris.
The woman is vicious. I ain't gonna lie. Vicious. Sorry.
Yeah. Oh, nice. That one person, circled the sign and following us said, thank you so much, guys. And, yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
The concept of
Please forgive me.
Okay. Cool.
Something funny. Something's driving me nuts.
Because I haven't lit any instance or done anything like that.
Something in here.
Something in here, huh?
Because I wasn't sneezing before I came in here.
Well, I haven't done anything or added anything to the room, so, I mean, unless there's a residual from something, I couldn't imagine. But I guess if you have to step out,
If I can step out, we will be doing much celebrating.
right,
Much.
yes, and again, for a bit of context, I'm just saying if Darren needs to step out, as I'm speaking to someone who gets around on wheels, and yeah. Anyway, let me at least get you with some cool waters before you
All right.
venture out of here. So. Wish I could get like a nave flute, but those suckers are expensive. Yeah, you're probably going to be needing a napkin pretty soon. I don't know how many in here, but these cool waters are upon my hands, and they purify me. This Tefnut purifies me. Say hello to you, and come at you with that falsehood and evil. The purities upon our hands, purities within our hearts, and will cast out all evil that pertains to us. We are pure. We are pure. We are pure. We are pure. So we pretty much flick water in time here. All right.
What did the poor oven mitt ever do?
Nothing. I was just going to explain that there are deities that we're honoring tonight are Neith, Sobek, who is the son of Neith, and also Horus, because earlier in the week there was these are local feasts, not like not something big like the Opet. That's going to be Labor Day weekend, but Horus the Elder visits Neith at one point during the week, and then you also have a feast of Sobek, who's Lord of Ombos. Also, the site's also known as Kam Ombo, and there was actually a joint temple there to Sobek and Horus, and so they have kind of a working relationship. So we have the three of them here now. Sobek, of course, is supposed to be a crocodile or take on the form of a crocodile. Well, being in Louisiana, almost one of our mascot animals is the alligator.
Right.
And so, in one of our last trips down in South Louisiana, I got this little oven mitt that's an alligator. And so I was like, well, let me ask for, to bless it so that, we can do good work in the kitchen, bring good food to the table for Sobek, with, a servant of Sobek.
Please pardon me.
Okay. Well, if you need to go and grab some things, go right ahead. But you've been cleansed. And actually, I have, of course, the candle for Sobek, and I have a little figurine of an alligator. But that's intended to be a local manifestation for Sobek. That sits at the feet of Neith. So you could say it's because there's actually an Egyptian, one of his names is as Lord of Lakeland, Tashe, and that's referring to the area of the oases, a little further out in the desert. So here he's Sobek, Lord of the Bayou. That's how I see it. So Oh, and
for it.
Sarah says, "Bless you, Darren."
Thank you, sweetie.
And of course, you have the local Sobek people up in New Orleans.
Yeah. Well, actually, um, and what's the context for Horace visiting Nate? Is that when they were seeking her judgment? To be honest with you, I don't. Um, it's mentioned in the Cairo calendar, but they don't. It's kind of like whatever the local context was. It's kind of understood, and they didn't write that part down, so we have to guess at it. But that's entirely possible. Is that that was to seek her judgment, in the contendings, especially when you consider that Sobek kind of replaces Set, and while the Set also has a tie to Kamombo and that region, and there's probably some stuff that we haven't found yet, may never find, don't know, but it's tantalizing to wonder, what kinds of what kind of background there was to the local feast days. But oh boy, don't get us started with Cajun food, because Darren has a lot of family recipes. Actually, you know what? I guess we have to ask for blessings. We're taking a trip down to visit a friend's dad this weekend and get some supplies for Cajun food for when the weather gets cold. So, because it involves a lot of sausage and actually, the tough thing is it's a lot of traditional Cajun cooking involves pork, so that kind of clashes with observing Middle Eastern traditions, but where we're able to, we make exceptions. Yes, poor Darren's like, why did the oven mitt ever do? No, it came here to get blessed. So. Okay. That's right. And hopefully, this candle won't get blown everywhere. Hopefully the microphone is not having any issue, because I was actually able to turn the fan down a little bit, because it's not a million degrees outside, and if there's any distortion that picks up, just tell me. But we should be doing a lot better now. And it's certainly something we have to offer thanks for is the break in the weather. There we go. Come in peace, bright eye of Horus. Come in peace. Receive the light. The eye of Horus shines like Ra in the twin horizons, and evil hides in fear of it. Receive the light. The eye of Horus destroys the enemies of Ra in all of their abodes, till none remain. Receive the light.
Receive the light.
The eye of Horus comes to the four corners of the world, to everyone who is tuning in now and in the future, across the oceans, across time zones. This eye of Horus comes, and we are purified with it. Receive the light.
Receive the light.
And we will light Sobek's candle to welcome him. Okay. Hang on. When you're looking through the glass, that refracts the image, so you think you're hitting the wick when you're really not. You have to be able to see it. There we go. And see if we can also light this candle for my house. Did that work? Okay, there we go. So there have been some requests for that and for Sekhmet. There we go. We ask Mahes to protect folks who are moving and traveling, and to bring rain to those who still need it, and protection if this shift in the weather happens to leave an opening for tropical storms, because we still have to worry about those. So make sure that that's properly balanced. Yeah, there we go. You arise in the Akhet as Capri, O Ra, spreading your light upon the earth. You set in peace in the mountains of Manu as a tomb, spreading your light to Duat. Shine upon earth as you do in heaven and Duat. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, who came from noon at the first time, for such is your uniqueness, and likewise to Neat. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, who placed Hu at your left side, for such are the words you commanded. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, who placed Sia at your right side, for such is your great wisdom. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, whose Hika goes before you, for such is your ability. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, who rules with Ma'at upon your brow, for such is your righteousness. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, and hail and praise unto you, O Neat, the great, Sobek, Lord of Ombos, and Horus. You lords of love and you lords of life, grant us life, well-being, and health. May our eyes perceive your goodness and our hearts receive your wisdom. May you shine upon us as you traverse the sky, that we may bring to you Ma'at, cast out as Fet. And may you guard us from the evil one through the dark hours of the night, your protection being before us, and your strength being within us. Okay, there we go. Take these, your cool waters, which are the inundation, that they may cool your hearts. Oh, you know what you do. These waters are the eye of Horus, that your hearts may be refreshed. Milk, milk, may you taste it in your shrine. May your hearts be refreshed with it. We bring you this milk from the great flood, that you may be purified with it. We give you incense. We give you incense, great purity. This incense is the eye of Horus. Its fragrance comes to you, cleanses you, it adorns you. It takes its place upon your hands. This incense is the eye of Horus, and its fragrance comes to you. Take this, your bread on which gods live. This bread is the eye of Horus, so you Nichidu. Lift it to your faces. Be at peace with it. The gardens prosper and Hapi rejoices, overflowing with his meal. We fill the eye of Horus for you with wine, O Ra, meat, Sobek, Horo, drink and be pure. The doors of heaven and the doors of earth are open with libations for you within this house. May your hearts be refreshed with your libations, your wine, and your water. Pure, pure is Ra Horaketi within his house. Pure, pure is Neat, the great mistress of Sais within her house. Pure is Sobek, lord of Ombos, within his house. Horus, the elder, within his house. Pure are the cause of all of these Nechirin, this good myrrh that is given. Jehuti proclaims it. It is written in his house of sacred words. Hapi gives in abundance, thousands of offerings, all things good and pure, for Ra Horaketi, for Neat, Sobek, Horu, in every place that their immortal cause dwell. Come to your body, O Ra Horaketi. Come to your body, O Neat. Come to your body, O Sobek, O Horu. Come to your invocation. Come to your bodies, O Nechiru, and come to your invocation. Come unto us, your servants, who are mindful of your feasts and your offerings. Bring your power, your hika, your honor, and your ba to these your offerings, and partake of them. Come, O people, raise these offerings before the faces of these gods. Lift the offerings before Ra, before Neat, before Sobek, before Horu. All life comes from them. All health comes from them. All stability comes from them. All good fortune comes from them as it has since the first time. Ora Horaketi, and your son, the Osir Nisu Nepkapurura, your foes retreat from you. Horus turns himself to his eye. Turn yourselves to these, your offerings, and receive them from our hands. And from the table of the gods to the table of the blessed dead, we light this candle for them, that it may be the eye of Horus that lights their way into life. And we offer them these cool waters from the table of Osiris, that their hearts may be refreshed. Horekeru ta hanket kakawabdu sanachimrahat kutnibet nafret wabet anket nachirim and kawan akupunibu ma kiranibu kiranachira. A voice offering, bread, beer, 1,000 of beef and fowl, incense, oils, and all good and pure things on which a god lives, for the cause of all of these akhu, all true of voice before the great God. And now we come unto you, O Ra, as Jehuti comes, our hands joined under Ma'at. Ma'at has come to be with you in every place where you are. An offering of Ma'at is made unto you, that your heart may be pleased and your Ka shall live. Truly, your Enid has Ma'at, for they know you live in her. The Enid says unto you, your word is law, eternally. This pet is cast out by your word. Rejoicing is yours every day. Ma'at has taken her place in your shrine. May we always act with gentility and compassion, for such is the first Ma'at. May we always offer charity and hospitality, for such is the second Ma'at. May we always respect consent and fidelity, for such is the third Ma'at. May we always avoid violence and promote wellness, for such is the fourth Ma'at. May we always speak words of truth, for such is the fifth Ma'at. May we always promote the public good, for such is the sixth Ma'at. May we always act humbly and with temperance, for such is the seventh Ma'at. May we always honor our gods and respect others, for such is the eighth Ma'at. May we all uphold Ma'at like Jehuti, that we may witness Ra's perfection every day. And I did get several prayer requests between the Facebook chat group and also in Discord. I upgraded that and added a prayer request section. And there was one that I got from Kemetic, who's been dealing with headaches a lot lately and just is under a lot of stress, and asks Jehuti and Seshet to help her out and give her some relief. And I hope I'm using the right pronouns, but in any case, for Kemetic Nibbit, and also Seta is starting a new gig with Uber and Lyft, and
May it be a career that drives her.
well, specifically because Neat is one of the openers of the way. May she protect our friend Seta so that she can work safely, and that she and her passengers will both be safe, and that it's a gig that works for her.
Yes.
So, and other requests as they come in, I'll read those. I will, add them to the the love and good wishes and good vibes that we're trying to give everybody. All right, I'm looking for mine. There we go. See, in this room, I have to say, okay, which water bottle is mine and which one is theirs? And thank you for not adding these sound effects.
I don't know what you mean.
Okay, and I'm just scrolling back here real quick. Let's see, yeah. Huh. Oh yeah, we're Daniel is tuning in from West Virginia, and it's actually the leaves are starting to turn a little bit. It's getting to be fall up there in the mountains. See, we're down here in River Plain, and actually the funny thing is, as I started reading a little bit about Mesopotamian history and religion, and come to find out, Babylon is on about the same parallel, the same line of latitude that we are.
Mm-hmm.
And what's funny is, being on a river plain, they were similar to us in that you'd have to dig very very far down to try to find rock. It's just dirt, so you can't build anything with natural stone from the area because there is none. So and the Egyptian Delta is probably the same way. Because all the nifty quarries and stuff like that, that's further upstream. So yeah, we just it's hot and flat, and it takes us forever to get to fall. We'll probably have it a little closer to Halloween. But let's see. Okay, all right. And Sobek Ekoe asked me, Sobek, bless my wife and I with fertility. Absolutely. Oh, and Brian's with us. Hey there. Oh, and
Brian.
Oh, and Mary Gross asked, offered hot pockets and forgot that those have ham in them.
Well, they'll handle it.
Handle it. Ha ha ha. Yeah. Well, it's funny. I'm positive that he knows it wasn't intentional, and actually, I do have to share a funny story about that because Zara, beautiful girl. She's the daughter of a Muslim chaplain who always comes to World Religion Day, and very very sweet guy. But you end up smelling like a cologne for a while after he gives you a hug.
I'll compete with him.
Oh goodness! So stay tuned for January 2023 Cologne Wars. But anyway, well, his daughter was describing she went to like a friend's party or something, and they were having pizza, and she was like, "Oh wow, this stuff is really cool in here. I've never had this before. Is it tomato? No, it was pepperoni." And then she realized, "Oh no, because pepperoni is made with pork."
Uh-huh.
But I think she said she asked her parents about it, and what they told her was, well, it's okay. You didn't mean it, and you didn't intentionally violate
Yeah, you didn't do
halal.
anything on purpose.
Right, and I think there's something in their system for that accounts for that. So
Yeah, and basically what they said was just make sure you don't do it again.
right.
Just watch out for what kind of pizza you eat.
Yeah. Yeah, and so I think the same would apply here. I don't, and the other thing that I think about is when you consider all of the things that were done to our gods at, the in the late Roman era, things that in modern times those would be called hate crimes. But at that point in time, there was no law against it.
They were just called tough shit. But,
pretty much, yeah. They survived all of that.
Or excuse me, if I were going to say it in Roman, it would be tough at this, shit at this.
Anyway. Well, remember that little meme of mine. Do not talk about...
Yeah.
Do not talk about... But anyway, given everything that they had that they survived to the present day through... Yeah. I think accidentally offering something pork is pretty small on the list of taboos.
Okay, Ron, what's the wrong thing? Since it's delicious, can we cut up some slack? Sure.
Well, not only that, but you know what? And again, we were trying to have a feast of Osiris, and a friend who's since been disgraced, was trying to reach a point of sobriety, and so we had him over, and ended up having bacon poppers, and I'm like, I'm trying to have a feast of Osiris, and you're wanting to go on a bacon binge. And so I just said, well, okay, Osiris, consider this, the flesh of your enemies.
Yeah.
And seemed to work,
Yes. Well, he certainly watched out for us, didn't he?
Oh, well, being Osiris?
Yes.
Yeah, Okay, Sarah Larson, prayers for me. I have a meeting with someone to help me discuss some unpleasant memories. That's all I'm able to say at this point in time.
Bless you, love you.
Yeah.
We understand.
Prayers for my mother-in-law. She's grieving a relative in hospice. Okay, and I see some requests for fortune cookies.
Bless you all. We understand that too.
Yeah. Well, you know what my hope for is if it's because okay, my mother is technically in hospice right now, but it's not like they're thinking she's going to die next month or something. It's just apparently putting her in hospice allowed them to give her more involved care than she was getting just in a nursing home.
Right. And
so my hope and my prayer for mother-in-law is that her relative will actually benefit from being in hospice and might get to where they can move out of it. And if not, then let it be a
good thing no matter.
Let it be a good transition. I won't say easy because those kinds of things, often aren't, but
yes,
free from unnecessary angst.
Right.
Mm. All right. Yeah. Oh, okay, yeah. Sarcastic is saying, yeah, it's sort like me from New England. Take all the rocks you need. We're literally on an old tectonic fault. Yeah. Oh, I'd love to be able to come take some rocks, but yeah. And someone's saying I had someone put fishing stuff on my altar while I was at college. I got back and had the feeling that they were like, "Clean this up now, please." Yeah, and it says, "Oh no, they're expecting this person to go any day now." So. Yeah. Okay. So in that case, it was. It's. Yeah. We need to be praying for a peaceful transition.
Peace be with them.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, and actually, in my mother's case, she had a stroke in 2020, late 2020, and it's just been she had a stroke and then she got COVID, and probably was dealing with some long COVID or some things with that. It was compounding things.
COVID again.
Yeah, so
she had COVID twice.
So yeah, just trying to get over that, but I guess we were at least able to help my brother, figure out what to do for her because we saw what happened with our dear friend Wally, whose picture is over on the Aku shrine. Because he had a stroke in 2016, and of course at 92, it's a lot harder to bounce back from than at 66, 67. But so we definitely need to include prayers for everyone. So we will start with need. Hail unto you, O Neat, the Great, the one who existed before existence, you who made all that is, who created all that exists, eldest of the primeval gods, fashioner of Ra, mother of Ra, who was at the beginning, unique one without equal, mistress of destiny, regent of fortune. Earth is under your command. One does not make plans without your knowledge. Queen of the gods in heaven, sovereign of the gods in the earth, mistress of the bow, regent of the arrow, who keeps the arrow demons under your authority, mistress of fear, who created the twin crocodiles. Life and death are under your supervision. You fill sky and earth with your beauty, light the two lands with the rays of your eyes. You encompass your sun as the light of the two lands. Father of fathers, who makes fertile the seeds of gods and men. Great cow who nourishes all things, mother of mothers who is like no other. And may you be with all of us who are your children, O mother of all. And protect us and bring comfort to those who need it. Shu, Sobek. Hail us, Sobek, great god, lord of Tashe, great male who came from Nun, white of teeth, green of scales, keen of face, raised of brow, lord of strength and virility, raging one who drives away evil. You are lord of the Nile, who makes the two banks flourish, lord of the winding waterway and sky, in your carnelian temple in the mountain of Baku. And we had a request from Sobek Hekaway for fertility for he and his wife. And to Horus. Praise unto you, god of Behdet, lord of the sky, splendid winged disk who shines in the horizon. You beautiful sun who illuminates the darkness, splendid child who illuminates the earth, iris of the Ujat who lights the two lands with his rays. Fair of face, hovering one, armored, majestic, clothed in gold, you arise as Capri when you emerge from Naunet. Your rays spreading over the world, shine upon earth as you do in heaven. Inesh Hakoru Nashira Nebpet, Bika Sabshuti Kanativ. Hail unto you, Horus, great god, lord of the sky, great falcon, dappled of plumage, ruler of flying. Okay, excuse me just a second here. Okay, that's right, we're... Alrighty. You're thinking of something. Okay, yeah, creature of legend was asking, wait, there's a prohibition against pork from Osiris, and actually, yeah, specifically that, and that might be, somebody might have answered that in the comments, but basically, Osiris, Isis, and Horus particularly are not very keen on pork because one of the animal forms that Set could take was a pig, a boar. And there's even a spell in the Book of the Dead that describes how Set's eye was injured Horus's eye was injured by Set in that form of a black pig. And so that's why it became taboo for Horus. Because before then he didn't mind it, but afterwards.
I kind of have feelings,
Yeah. The exception would be, and I think because again, the Greek tourist Herodotus described there being a festival where they would kill a pig as an offering and they would eat it, but it was like the only time in the year when they would do it. And because he described it as being in conjunction with a feast of the moon, I'm thinking that was at the Wagi feast, which at that point had combined with a feast of Jehuti. It was a lunar feast. So that was probably when, it was okay to have pork, if you were sacrificing it, for,
right.
the purpose of, defeating the enemies of Osiris. So. Yeah. Okay. Mary Grace says, "Oh, sure. I may end up asking if my interfaith community can watch one of our services. Oh, sure. We have 10 different houses of worship, and maybe this would be Okay, for that, I'll have to get back to you though. Yeah, go right ahead. That would be awesome. And yeah, if they have any questions, I'm happy to help explain. Yeah, okay. And sarcastic is saying the same person who fishified my altar would also purposely burst into my room when I did ritual. What a nuisance. Yeah, but um,
You ever
Yeah.
notice you don't hear from them anymore?
Yeah. And Mary Rose saying, I think we could do a thing where they could ask questions afterwards. Yeah, that'd be really
Yeah,
cool.
let's do a thing where we talk about the thing.
Let's see, but,
There was the goddess of the fishes.
Hatmahit, the goddess of the fishes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, but somebody putting their fishing supplies on the altar, yeah. Now it's funny. There was one time when we were in the apartment, the last apartment we were in, and so I have like, the room where I had computer and everything else. Actually, if you see like my first season or so of videos, that's where I was in that little tiny space. But I had my altar like right there, and my brother came in because he was wanting to work on his resume, and so he takes his wallet and his keys and he sets them down, where what seemed like a logical place to him, and it was the offering plate, on the altar.
Hey,
And I'm
I'll
like,
take some money.
well, I knew that he had no idea, so
Yeah, Set took that and walked off.
now I'm just picturing that. Just pick it up and walk off. Yeah, okay. All right, let me scroll back and see where the cookie requests are, because I see. Oh wow, whole spade here. Okay, so creature, and then sarcastic, and Daniel, and then Sibakakaway. We'll start with creature of legend. Whoa, creature of legend, you got two. Okay, and your first one. Carve your name on your heart and not on marble. Now, let's see what the second one is with that. Because they're usually related. Depend on the predictability and steadiness of life to support you. Carve your name on your heart and not on marble. Depend on the stability and predictability and steadiness of life to support you.
Carve your name on your heart and not on marble. Most people have no idea what that's speaking of.
I'm thinking that it's rather than being bent on doing some great and memorable thing, you should concentrate on home and family and the people that you love and that are close to you. And
being true to yourself will be a greater monument
mm-hmm.
than anything ever put in stone.
On the other hand, I would say basically it's saying focus on you and make yourself a better person and don't focus on monumental tasks.
Yeah.
Unless, of course, making yourself a better person in itself is a monumental task.
Well,
that's called life the last time I checked.
Yeah. Well, it's a task that we have our whole lives to work on.
Yes.
But,
you get what anyone gets.
You get a lifetime. Yeah. Well, depending on the predictability and steadiness, that means don't be going out looking for a crazy adventure.
Right. You know what the flow is. Work with it, not against it.
Yeah. Hopefully that helps, creature. Okay, and so then sarcastic.
No way.
Okay. Put the wrappers down in here. There it goes. Sarcastic. Better to be the head of a chicken than the tail of an ox. Better to be the head of a chicken than the tail of an ox. So I guess wherever you're at right now, remember, it could be worse.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny. The brief 6 months that I could stand working at my father's shop, I described my job to others as keeping the head on the chicken. Because that's kind of what it was. When his contractors come in and one of them tells me he needs adult supervision, you're saying that to me? I'm like, okay. But it's better to be the head of a chicken than the tail of an ox. Okay, and Daniel. We envy you and your many occult shops in West Virginia and your leaves turning colors already.
Your mountain mamas.
Oh, wow, this is interesting. Daniel, devotion will make you feel more complete. And considering all the shrines you've posted pictures of, I think you got that covered. Devotion will make you feel more complete. And Sabakekaway. Oh, wow. You also got two. It's funny you'd ask for prayer for fertility for you and your wife, and we get two fortunes. And this one of them might be for her too. Dispel negativity through creative activities. That's the first one. And the second one, don't ever slam a door. You might want to go back. Yes, don't burn any bridges. Don't slam doors.
Be nice to each other. Y'all are trying to do things.
Well, it might be something unrelated to that too.
Yeah.
So, but either way, dispel negativity through creative activities. Don't ever slam a door. You might want to go back. So, wow. I'm suddenly getting the sense of you. Oh, okay. Bringing in a child is a positive and constructive thing. You've got to provide a positive and creative environment for that, not one filled with negativity. They're not going to, a new spirit is not going to come to you if there isn't a welcoming place for them. That's just what I'm getting. It's like somebody's telling me this.
Well, that's probably correct.
So, be creative, have fun, and don't burn any bridges. So don't ever slam a door. You might want to go back. Okay, yes, and I see Serrano is a prayer for my grandfather as well. He's recovering from the hospital and unfortunately suffering from dementia. He doesn't have a will laid out yet. Prayers he can be cognizant long enough to get everything in order. Absolutely. And you know what? I can kind of appreciate where you're at because I'm trying to get my brothers to you know, because figure out what are we doing when that happens with our parents, because everybody has to deal with that at some point or another. And just saying, oh well, it's I was told this, and you don't have anything like in hand, prayer for Jehuti for helping the new semester. Yeah, that's right, because school's starting. And Sarah says, praise the gods, I have a new job on the 23rd. Congrats. Oh, and Seba Kekaway also says, prayers for my mental health. I had a mental breakdown earlier in the week. Wow, and that's I just saw this after we pulled that fortune. So hopefully that all kind of fits together. But okay, let me hold on. So Serana, and then Oracle.
Oracle should know.
Oh, no, we should be nice to Oracle. Oracle's helping mod the channel. So
I know, but
yeah. So Serana and Oracle. So Serana. Serana, don't pursue happiness, create it. So it says, don't pursue happiness, create it. So there's some. You have some gifts that can bring you a lot of joy, and I think they're like encouraging you to pursue them. To do. Do some things yourself, and you'll be happy that you did. So Oracle. Here we go. Oracle, do not fear failure. That's all it says. Do not fear failure.
Success is not permanent, and failure is not fatal.
Failure can sometimes be an open door to something else.
Right.
So, but it could also mean that don't worry, you're not going to fail. It's something. But either way, don't be afraid of it. Don't sweat it. Excuse me. I think the weather changing and everything is just. First you were sneezing, then. And then Mary Dra will ask for a cookie for this semester. And then Sarah. Yes, and it's funny. I was never practicing Buddhism or paganism or anything when I was in a dorm, so I never had to figure out how to do that. Now, having a collection of Transformers in a room with other people, that got interesting sometimes. But I had one roommate that Starscream ended up dive bombing, but she kind of earned it. But that's another story. So Mary Dra. There we go. Need to get just the right one. Married Ra, even a broken clock is right 2 times a day. Even a broken clock is right 2 times a day.
No excuses.
It's funny. The weird sense that I got was just because somebody is wrong most of the time, don't assume that they're always wrong. They might have a point somewhere that you have to pay attention to, because if you ignore it, it might be to your detriment. Remember, a broken clock is still right twice a day. It's wrong every other time, but there might be something where, oh, hey, don't dismiss anything out of hand. That's the sense that I got from it. Let's see. Now I'm scrolling down here because, yeah. Yep. Okay, Dina, please, a cookie for my trip to Egypt in September. Oh, I think you got a bunch of us envious now, but yeah, and I like that. With that thing about better to be the head of the chicken than the tail of the ox. Better to be ahead of the chicken crap than behind the BS. Yeah, that's cute. But yeah, so Dina wants a fortune for a trip to Egypt. Yes, don't forget to like. It's good for the algorithms. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Um, hmm. Yeah. Okay. So for Dina, and yes, the Sarah had asked the question, who got you kind of which deity, got you into, Kemeticism, and I think for a lot of us it is Anubis, but when you consider that initiations and transitions, helping you through those are, one of his specialties, it kind of makes sense. That and I started learning about ancient Egypt at the time when Ninja Turtles was brand new, and so like things that were like that looked like they were half human and half animal. It was like, oh my god, this is so awesome. So just Anubis, I was like, he is cool, and the rest is history. But Dina. And Dina, you're going to be going to Egypt at the point when in back in the day they would have been celebrating the Opet festival. So that's going to be a lot of fun. They might even do something cool like they did last year. And so, okay, this is funny because the fortune got cut off. It says dessert can make, and it cut off in the middle of you. But that happens sometimes with the machine that makes these cookies. It'll cut off in the middle of something. So, if the gods would be so generous as to let us pull another one. All right. All right. This one says each day compel yourself to do something you would rather not do. Now, I suspect that what they're trying to say, because there was also something here about it's probably going to be something fun about dessert, and you uh, uh, eating that, but don't sweat this too hard. I think that's the message that they're going for, and you might be eating yourself up, worried about it. Just do what you need to do, and you'll have a good time. So, compel yourself to do something you would rather not do. Don't just push through your anxiety. You'll come out on the other side being happy that you did. Hope that helps. And because Sarana had mentioned, her grandfather, and hoping to get some things put in place, and then of course there's what's going on with my family. I'm going to read something for Geb, because inheritance and succession, although that's kind of his bag, and probably need to do some artwork of him before long too. Hail and praise unto you, O Geb, Lord of the lands, foremost of the gods, Lord of thrones, Father of the five, head of the dual Aeneids. You judge between the rivals. You speak, and the Aeneid listens. You endure as the Ba of the earth. Your spine is the land that supports us. You open your doors for the Akhu. Over Osiris do you keep guard. The earth is purified for you. Your hands hold up the dawn. The serpents of the earth, they fear you. Your Hika holds them under your sway. Governor of the earth, Lord of the Wasp staff, support us with your strength. Yes. Just kind of scrolling back to the comments a little bit. Let's see. I love when you yeeted me here. Yeah, let's see. Can make you LOL. Yeah. Oh, no, Adrena says, give thanks for me. My Grayskull application bowl is finally resolved. Awesome. Okay, there's lots of red tape to travel out of the country. Yeah. And I have no idea what it's like right now with, if there's any kind of restrictions still because of COVID or anything like that. Okay. Yeah. Well, I'm hoping that it's that eventually we'll get to where we can come and do some things, and if anybody happens to be close to this area, like they're probably going to have a return to the local World Religion Day, which they do every January. And I would love it if anybody was able to come down so I can be like, yeah, there's more of us here. It's not just me, you know. But I know for some folks it would be too far to travel. But anyway, if there's any other requests, just let me know. And I'm going to work on getting us wrapped up so I don't take the entire evening. But we thank you as always for tuning in. Hail unto you, Atum. Hail unto you, Kepri. You come into being upon the primeval hill. You shine forth upon the shrine of the phoenix, and you knew. You breathe out, Shu and Tefnut. May the giving of these offerings endure, as the name of Atum, foremost of the great Enid, endures. May they endure as the name of Shu, Lord of Upper Menset, in Yunu, endures. As the name of Tefnut, Mistress of Lower Menset, in Yunu, endures. As the name of Geb at the Earth's Ba endures. As the name of Newt in the Shrine of Shanit in Yunu endures. As the name of Osir, Kentiamentiu, endures. As the name of Asat in Nicheru endures. As the name of Sutek in Nubet endures. As the name of Horus in Pei endures. As the name of Wajit in Dep endures. As the name of Jehuti in Kamenu endures. As the name of Ra in the Aket endures likewise for eternity. You have come in peace, O Ra. You have come in peace, O Neat. Sobek, Horror. You've come in peace, O Yunuchiru. May you go forth in peace, O Ra, Neat, Sobek, Horror. May you go forth in peace, O Yunuchiru, to every place your immortal cause wish to be. May you sail in joy in the Manjet bark, and rest content in the Sektet bark. And may you smile upon us, your humble servants. Okay, Sarah, did you have your cook? I can't remember if I did or not. You know, yeah, okay. You know what? Let me get one for you, and then kind of one for like everybody. Uh, well, you know, when you talk about West Virginia, there's the song "Take Me Home, Country Road." You know, and of course Darren hates that one, but that's something that got a lot more radio play when we were younger. But you can look that one up. But yeah, let me go ahead and get since I apparently missed the one for Sarah, and then what we'll do is for everyone else and for the whole week, and anyone who's hung in with us, you know, for an hour and 15 minutes, thank you. And this last one will be for y'all. So start off with Sarah. Okay, Sarah, don't be afraid to take a big step. You can't cross a chasm in 2 small jumps. And congrats on the job, by the way. So, don't be afraid to take a big step. You can't cross a chasm in 2 small jumps. And now this last one is for everyone. And if you didn't ask him, there you go. So, bit of advice for the week from the gods. All right, for everyone. Common sense is instinct. Enough of it is genius. So use your common sense, and eventually people will, be like, oh, hey, I should have been doing that. So, yes, the common sense is instinct. Enough of it is genius. Which is actually kind of similar to something that I've observed is, you know, uh, uh, you're always a crackpot until it works, then you're a genius. But like what they said here, common sense is instinct. Enough of it is genius. So, with that, um, okay, all right. Okay, yeah, John Denver's like, yeah. All right, well, stuff like the article about bluegrass and stuff. Since we now have several new channels that I've added to the Discord, one of them is a kind of off topic. That would be a great one to put in there. So, like, yeah, things about like your area and stuff. If you want to share that, put that in the off topic channel, and it'd be a great thing to talk about. Of course, there was also some memes about Halloween early and uh, stuff like that. That's welcome to go and kind of our the I almost called it random, but I didn't want to sound too much like the B forum on 4chan. you know. So in the meantime, guys, I hope you guys have a great week, and we love you. And I hope to be seeing all of you either here on YouTube or in Discord or on Facebook or any of those good places. So much love. And wonderful, guys. And you know what? Learning how to play something. Uh, Hope with me that I can figure out how to get my synthesizer and my computer to talk to each other, because then I will be learning to do some weird things. But in the meantime, yes, I will pass on. Good night and love and thanks to Darren, and we'll see you guys soon.